Well, you certainly hope you guys are well out there. In fact, just looking at you, yes, you look well. You look absolutely fabulous. You do. I mean, fantastic. Whatever you think you need done to your face or anything like this, no, you don't. You look great. You look great. See, we're getting festive already. Already, the spirit, the energy is lifting. We're getting happier and happier as we draw towards Christmas, and of course, that wonderful man himself, Santa Claus. I mean, do you still believe in him? Of course we do. Of course we believe in Santa Claus. Santa Claus is real. Of course he is. Anyway, right, Nabila says, good morning. Good morning, Nabila. And I hope you're well out there. And also, just to say to you guys that today, in today's show, I'll repeat this as we go through the show, especially if we come up to this point. But during the live readings part, if you comment afterwards on your live mini reading, then you're going to be entered into a prize draw for a one-to-one reading where I contact you and we give you more of a one-to-one reading. So outside of the show, how's that? I mean, we can't get better than that, really, can we? And Deborah, the producer, says hello. And somewhere in the background there, down in the misty valley of Javier, somewhere down there, is awaiting Guiomar. She'll be coming onto the show very shortly. Anyway, so that's what's going to be happening this morning. We're also going to be looking at what's going on with your astrology, what's going on out there, how are we feeling? Are the energies uplifting? Is this Cancer moon that just stepped in? Is it making everybody go, oh? Or is it something that have we got something to look forward to as we go through December? I know November was probably one of those months where it was like up 1 minute and down the next, then it was that way, and then it was that way. But maybe December's a little bit different. We'll see as we go along. Okay, so during the show, guys, if you would like a live mini reading, we need three things. First of all, well, your name's going to come up on the screen anyway. Secondly, we need your date of birth. His birthday. We also need a favourite colour. And we also need one question. So it's three things. Date of birth, colour, and a question. I can't do it the other way with the other two figures. You'll think I'm telling you to do something. So it's, yes, date of birth, colour, and a question. Just one question, one colour. Good. So we'll do that as we go through the show. Anyway, and yes, so let's crack on with things. Let's go and find out how things are going on down the road there. Now, just also to say to you guys, I had some posts this morning. The producer had some posts this morning, Deborah. She was saying here that people in Australia had a problem replaying the show yesterday through Cafe Clairvoyance on Facebook. And I've just checked it on Cafe Clairvoyance. It seems to be working okay. I've checked it in-house my end. And also, if you can't find it, if it doesn't play there, then please go to my homepage, Phil Griggs homepage. You'll also see it's there as well. And if that doesn't work, are you closed due to unforeseen circumstances? No, we are not closed. We are open. Thank you, Gray. Anyway, and also here on the YouTube, we're also on there as well. So you just type in Cafe Clairvoyance, exactly the same show as the two shows yesterday. You can watch them again. Okay, so don't worry about that bit. Is that all right? Okay. Any other problems, please let us know and we will look into this. But yes, it seems the other thing, Bill, as people were saying here is that maybe you're clicking on the event, which is just a advert for the show, rather than actually the video. So maybe that one too. So just to help you guys out there. In the meantime, I think it's about time to go and find my very good friend, the wonderful, the talented, the psychologist, the astrologer, the extraordinary lady, and fantastic friend and great colleague. And let's go say hello to Guiomar, find out. No, she's there already. Oh my goodness, there already. Let's not back going. Blimey. Yes. There you go. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Phil. Good morning, everybody. Doing good.
Yeah, good. I know it's funny, actually. There we were a few weeks ago in T-shirts, and now it's pretty nippy out there, isn't it? Now we're back to jumpers.
I love it. It's nice and cloudy. Like, I know people from England, it's like, no, there's no sun and all that stuff. But for me, it's like we have so much sun here that when it's cloudy, just brings me so much peace. I love it.
See. Okay. Now, one of the things I'd say, yes, now it is quite interesting here, because I keep saying to people, look, when it gets colder, it's great, because then you could go into your wardrobe and you can bring out your snazzy jumpers. And they go, no.
Yeah.
Then you can bring out your lovely scarves. You know those lovely scarves you wrap around. And they go, no.
No, but I think it's so funny, like when you see British people come down to Spain, and it's like it's cold out there, at least for our standards. It's like 9 degrees or 10 degrees or 12, something like that. It's nippy, and they're like t-shirts, tank tops, things like that, or just like very flimsy dresses, and it's like, hello, it's winter.
It's winter and it's cold, but then they say,
and it's very cold.
yeah,
because
but they
it's
say
humid here.
yeah, they
chilly.
say it's warmer down here than it is up there. Good. Okay. So things are changing a little bit, aren't they? Out there in that little old cosmos out there, aren't they? They're on the move a little bit. And as we look at, I mean, I'm going to get an astrology chart in just up on the screen in a moment, so you guys can see this. And yes, I can see a lot of you are writing in already. We've got 2 people already here who are writing in. Now, I was going to say to you, just say to you there, Guiomar, on the top right of your screen, there's a little chat box. Top right of your screen now on my screen. Can you see that there? Press that, and you'll get the feed through.
Oh,
as if by magic. I know. So I just found out all this technology this morning. I was just going to say it to you. Now you get all the feed through that. That's cool, isn't it? Now you can see everybody chatting away. Yes. So now, people, what this means is you can actually type in "Good morning, Guiomar," and she'll go, "Oh, this is so nice." There you go. You've got 10 seconds now to type in "Good morning, Guiomar."
But I'm doing it from my phone because it's closer.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Right. Okay. So this is this is quite an interesting time. There, you're doing it now. That's good. So Guiomar saying hello to Guiomar. Fantastic. Good morning. And great, good. And everybody else is coming through as well. Even the producer says, let's get the producer's comments up here. Good. Hello, Guiomar.
Right. Technology. I love technology.
I love it. I love it when it works right.
Well, if it doesn't work right, normally it's our fault.
Shh. Don't say that. I'm not accepting responsibility. Oh dear, good. Okay, so astrologically, in fact, let's do another bit of technological wizziness and see if this is going to work right. Okay, you ready out there, guys? You're going to be impressed by this. Are you ready? There's going to be a flash, a razzle, and a dazzle on the screen. You're going to think, "Wow, this is awesome." Let's have a little look and let's see what happens here. How's that? We'll do that, guys. Now we've got the astrology chart, and you still got us as well. So there you go. How's that? We can have a little chat.
Now, no, that way. You're gonna see what we see now.
Yes.
How can I do that? Yeah.
Yes. So that way is the astrology chart. That way is you.
I'm gonna put my finger in your ear.
Ow! Ouch! That hurt. You're having far too much amusement here for a Wednesday morning. Okay, good. Now, so we've got these energies out here. We've got Mercury has just changed sign, which is it's down over there, guys. If you can see it. What I'm going to find is a marker that I can actually put on a screen and show you guys where it is. Yes, I'll have to get a screen marker. I'll find that somewhere along the line.
Use your mouse. Use your mouse.
Yes, it might work. No, it just moves the screen. No, it doesn't do it. But I'll find a way of doing this. Oh, hang on a minute. What's this? No, it's not that. No, it's not that. Right, no, I'll find something else. I will find a didgeridoo to find that and be able to write on the screen there, so that'd be fine.
Okay, meanwhile, Mercury is that little round circle with horns and a cross at the bottom. Okay, that's Mercury. It has little horns like that, you know? And that's on your left-hand side, right underneath the... If you see, so I'm going to give you little basics on astrology. The horizontal line, that's the horizon. So basically anything that is above is whatever is in the sky.
That's Mercury.
That's Mercury. Yeah,
yes.
That's Mercury. And so anything that is below, it's what's underneath the earth you're stepping on, right? So
Yep.
it's underneath. You can't see it because it's on the underneath the horizon. So as you can see in this chart belongs to before the sun came out, because the sun is that little round circle with the dot in the middle that looks like a sun.
Yeah.
That is underneath that Mercury figure.
Yes.
Mercury.
Right, I'll
Right?
do that. I'll do that. So everybody can see that there. I'll do that there. There you go. It's that little dot just there. That's the sun.
Yeah, that's the sun.
There.
So the sun is underneath the horizon in this chart. In that, oh God, this is difficult because I'm seeing myself in backwards.
Okay. But you do.
Sorry.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
This is so entertaining. I like watching this.
So the sun is underneath the horizon, which means that when Phil brought up that chart, the sun hadn't come up yet.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So this is about 2 hours before the sun came up.
That's right.
This is about,
shows how early I was
right
up this morning.
Coming out at 8. This means this chart was brought up at 6 in the morning, 6 a.m. Right? Because every house has about a 2-hour span. And a house is those little lines that are all over the place. Okay? So this is just a basic thing of how we are looking at things. So, and every house has to do with a part of life. But when we look at the date, we don't look at the houses because that changes all the time. We're just looking at the signs they're in. And as Phil was saying, Mercury just went into Sagittarius, which is the sign where the sun is already in. And Sagittarius is a sign that begs for integration. I think I mentioned it last week.
Yes, you did.
Integration of what? All those emotions, the dark side, the shadows, the dramas that have been left unattended because we were not able to, or our ancestors were not able to deal and cope with them. So sooner or later, all that stuff has to be integrated. Why? Well, because we can't be going around with an open wound. It's kind of messy. That's on the one hand, because when we have open wounds, what we're doing is basically we're creating our reality from those wounds, which means basically you're creating the reality that you don't want. That's one reason. And the other reason is because if you integrate the wounds, you're actually activating talents, and hence creating a reality based on talents, which is way cooler, right?
Yes.
So what's the subject for today? Well, it's interesting because we have the moon, which is that thing that looks like the moon at the top part.
Yeah, it's up there, guys.
Next to the north,
up there. Yep.
Yep, that's the moon. And it's next to the North Node. The moon is in the sign of Cancer, the North Node in the sign of Gemini. The North Node is like, it gives us indications of where we're going towards, what we have to develop, what lessons we're learning. And the moon has a little line, which is called an aspect to Neptune, which is in Pisces further down, also on the right-hand side of the chart. So moon Neptune is very idealistic. And also Venus, I can't see it very well there, but Venus was with
13 degrees of Scorpio.
Moon with Chiron and Venus with Neptune. So Moon and Chiron is talking about wounds that have to do with the moon, which is mother, which is emotions, which is the past, and Chiron has to do. And Moon, Venus, Neptune is also idealistic. So Moon, Neptune, Venus, Neptune, both are very idealistic. But Venus, Neptune is very idealistic as far as relationships go.
Okay.
So what have we been doing? We've been basically, the way we've been relating to each other is basically expecting that our partner heal or attend the wounds that we have from the relationship with our mother when we were babies. And this has been going on for ages and ages, and we've been creating relationship based on wounds and recreating frustrations of moments lived with our mothers, and before that too, that has to do with ancestral memories too, but I won't go into that now. So basically we've been relating from wounds, and right now this the stars here, Neptune, Venus is saying, hey, that way that you idealize relationships, well, Moon Chiron, it's kind of wounded. Okay, and then Chiron, Mercury in Sag, and now it's time to bridge that wound, to make up for it, to integrate it.
That's interesting,
right?
isn't it? Because they're all in water signs as well, aren't they? The royal water
Yeah,
sign, it's all about that energy. I can understand it with the Scorpio. The Venus in Scorpio is very deep, isn't it? It's a very sensitive Venus. It's passionate. It wants to feel very safe, but it also it's very
yeah,
sexy, and it's very sexy in Scorpio as well, isn't it? Um,
yeah, and it's very fearful. It's like this drama. It's like a memory of a huge catastrophe that when it starts to unfold, there's no turning back,
yeah.
and life changes forever. It's that kind of feeling,
Yes. Okay.
right? So it's kind of heavy, and it kind of really makes us. It's like deep trauma, very ingrained in our cellular memories, in our past, in our ancestors' past. And Neptune is, amongst other things, dissolution. It's also forgiveness. It's compassion. It's okay. That's it. You know, you can let go of it because we can't be creating relationships from drama anymore, from pain, from past pain. We have to change the way we relate to each other. All types of relationship, not only partners, but also like siblings, children, parents, bosses, co-workers, friends, everything, even people that you don't know. We're changing. We're going to change from now onward the way we relate to each other, and it's going to be very. It's a subject that's going to be very
Accentuated.
accentuated.
Yes, I put my teeth into it. Yes, accentuated.
Yeah,
Do you think this
and
is okay? Obviously, times change. Do you think that we're going to be relating more personally? Do you think we're waiting more realistically? Is it going to be a better time to communicate with people? Is it based on more purpose and individuality rather than? I can
yes.
understand what you're saying here about the past. That's where a lot that's related to fear, isn't it? The old fear, the old systems, like you have to do this, you have to do that. But now this seems to be changing.
Yes, yes. So we're gonna start relating to each other from a more individualistic and sovereign place because up until now we've basically just been wanting other people to heal our wounds,
Yeah,
and we've been subjecting others to specific roles and limiting their self-expression and vice versa. Obviously, I mean this is everybody between everybody, and limiting other people to certain roles so nobody can explore who they really are.
yeah, yeah.
So there's many aspects and facets to ourselves, and basically what we've called relationships is the limitation of those aspects.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Because like you can, if you're married to me, you have to behave a certain way, which I expect, so I feel safe,
Yep.
which means I'm dumping onto you part of what I am, which I'm not being sovereign about. And then I'm limiting your self-expression to that which you represent for me, and vice versa. And that is very castrating, very limiting.
It is extremely, extremely, and it's interesting now as relationships used to play out a great deal, and now we're changing it, and now we're coming from. I love those words we've been saying over the past few months. Our own integrity, our own sovereignty, coming from our own place of power. I'll come back to this bit just in a minute. Let's go back to that. Good.
Yeah.
And
So basically, from that kind of relating, what we've been instead of like our intention would be to hold people in with us, so we can anticipate their reactions, but because we're projecting part of what we are on them, and that way we feel safe, even if it's not what we want. And
mhm.
what we're learning to do is actually because that creates that grabbing onto somebody, that codependency actually creates huge differences and an enormous abysm and lots of emptiness. And we're actually going to learn to bridge that.
I'm
So
glad
we're
about
going
this.
to unite
Yes.
in a more pure fashion and like really be who we are and really recognize, acknowledge, and connect with the other person who he or she is.
Fantastic, fantastic. We've got everybody coming to us this morning. People from the UK. We've got people from Spain. We also got people from I think other areas of Europe, and we've also got Crystal coming from New Zealand. A very good evening to you. It must be about 10, 20 past 10, I think, at night time. You're about to go to bed. We just got up. So anyway, very good evening to you. Okay, right. We're shortly going to get on, guys, and start doing our readings. It's lovely to see loads of you written in. If you could, in the future, guys, please, could you write in beforehand? It's easier for us to work with it here. But if you could see some of the details there, the first lady I'm going to go to is Susie. And just to say a very good morning to you, Susie. Here's the details just come up on the screen. And lovely colours here. First of all, just saying here the colour pink, and I feel much calmer. Is this likely to continue? It's interesting, isn't it? We've gone through a year of absolute upheavals and ups and downs and everything like this. And it's interesting here because your numbers here are very much about needing to seek that calmness, needing to seek that energy of purpose. And one of the reasons why I'm saying this is because in numerology, you're a number 8. And that really is about power, but it's stuff that you've learned throughout this year, Susie. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily times that just happened to you. It is what you've actually gained for yourself here. And okay, so what I pick up here is there's going to be, we got someone here called Bello Yusef Iduo. Basically here, guys, just ignore this person coming through. They're just trying to get you to read this stuff. Just ignore them. Just ignore them. Anyway, right. Okay, so yeah, so it's stuff that you've actually learnt yourself, Susie. It's stuff that you learnt yourself. You brought this energy on yourself to find this calmness. And also here, it's interesting because your 3 number here is definitely about the searching. It's definitely about the searching, and it's definitely about this energy to be able to enhance yourself, bring out this positivity, and work with yourself here, because the 8 is strong. The 3 here is about communication with people. It's also about mastering the self. And the 5 part of your energy here is, in a sense, it's going... What's made you calmer here, Susan? This is the crazy bit. Made you calmer is you've gone right outside your comfort zone, right outside it. Would you understand that? Would you know how to relate to that there? And I think that'd be an amazing thing. And so great. I think those energies there are just awesome. And keep on going. Keep on going. Now, as I look at your energies too here, what I also like to say is coming up this year is a 7 energy. So it's yes. Val, I like that comment there. You just said, I'm not sure everyone wants a massage. I think that's cracking. That is well done. Anyway, so yes, so your energy that you're actually going through at the moment here, which is very interesting, is you're in a 7 year. Yes, I've struggled. Yes, she says it's very true. I've struggled emotionally this year, but it's stuff that's brought you out for a greater purpose. It's not stuff that's happened. Life coming to you is what you brought out yourself here. That's what's the strength of this. And you've got a 167 for this year. That's interesting. So the purpose here is to find individuality. The 6 here is finding the balance and the energy within yourself. Anyway, the other part here I was going to say is that there's a spiritual side with you. My, oh my, isn't that strong? Isn't that strong? And a lovely lady as well here coming through from the spirit world who wants to join you. And a big M from her. Wow, very big M. You're like Margaret, very big M for a lovely lady who's coming over from the spirit world. And wanting to make you feel, sometimes here you need to do things for yourself. That's her energy here. She says here, you want to do things for yourself. Be yourself. Do things that nurture you. Do things that make a fuss of you. If you want to go and make a cake for yourself, go and do it. Just don't forget to invite myself and Guiomar around, because we like that too. Anyway, so so Susie, this is the energy I really like to say. You're coming out in yourself. You're coming out stronger because this is you. This is you who's changed. Let's go down the road there. What would you like to say, Susie? Sorry, what would you like to say, Guiomar?
So, Susie, your sun in Taurus, and that's in the apex of a yod, which has Jupiter and Saturn at the base. So a yod is a figure called the finger of God also, which is like, you have the feeling that you have a fate or you have a destiny to fulfill. And it's like you can't stay still until you figure what it is and do it. That's what the yod does to you. And having the sun in the apex, it's like pretty much. The thing is, Saturn, Jupiter, amongst other things, I mean, it's good for teaching. but there's a problem with it, that it's very easy with the Saturn Jupiter to feel depressed, to lose faith in things, and especially Saturn being in Sagittarius, which is ruled by Jupiter.
Yes.
So the issue here is your Lilith is with Venus in Aries. So on the one hand, you don't want to be trapped, but on the other hand, you're very codependent on people. You're very needy on people. I mean, you're at an age now that you've probably learned a lot and you're way better, but still, there's this neediness that really hasn't allowed you to be you, because you have, well, it's a Chiron with in Aquarius, and the Lilith is also with Uranus, which is the theme that Phil was mentioning before about being really you. So you've had to, for the sake of belonging, for the sake of feeling protected, you've not been you. You've not actually defended your own values, your core value. And it's really about bringing out that core value that you are and teaching it to others.
I think this is going to be a very interesting time around you, and I think it's the way you're seeing this part of your life now. I think is awesome. In fact, I need to say this to you because I think it's lovely. Isn't it interesting? Well, would you understand? You've left one person behind. You left one person behind. Like they've gone. They've moved on. This deflated you a little bit, my dear. Susie, this brought you down. You think, oh no, life is not easy. But then Prince Charming comes around the corner and you're thinking, it's a fairy tale. No, it's quite true, because there's another gentleman coming into your life. One who brings you stability, one who brings you security. If you look at relationships in front of you, I guess sometimes I always think, especially when we're young, oh, it's all about love, it's all about romance, it's all about flowers, it's all about, oh, that gooey stuff. This is about a relationship that brings you stability. And this is about a relationship that brings you security. And this is where we're going. So watch your friendships, your love life, and this is going to bring up for you, because yes, there's a very wise, grounded man coming into your life, and I think you have a very good relationship. But it's not about all the big heavy romance stuff. It's like, we get on so well. But that's nice, isn't it?
But I think it's important, Susie, that you get, before that gentleman comes into your life, make a list of all the things that you value that are important for you. So when that happens, when that person comes into your life, you won't lose your north. I think that's important.
No, that's right. You won't lose you. I think that's that person side to you there. Fantastic. Okay, Susie, thank you very much indeed. She's come on here. She said, thank you, Guiomar. That's spot on. She also says that's wonderful. And yes, she also says that's very true. I've struggled a lot emotionally this year. So it's a pleasure to help you out there, my dear. And okay, let's go pop up the road, Susie. Let's go and have a look at Nabila. Nabila, you're in the UK. Hello and a very good morning to you. I hope you're well. Hope you're well, my dear. Yes, you look well. Yes, you do. You look very well. Good. Now, you're asking here, will you find that job this year? Will this job come to you? Will you find an answer about a job? Now, interesting your numbers here, because you're a 336, and the 3-3 is already going to be, well, you've already set yourself up for a big life. You've already set yourself up to do well in business. You already set yourself up here to do amazing things. But the answers that you're looking for may not be this year. It'll probably come up next year. At least the driving force will come up next year, because this year you're in a 4 years. So it's about stability that you got around you at the moment. And you get that feeling in that, like the cartoons, or sometimes you get the Indiana Jones movies, and you're running along the bridge, and the bridge behind you is crumbling away, and there's a great big, I don't know, 200-foot drop, and you're running away. You're running as fast as you can to keep ahead of the bridge that's collapsing behind you. It's going to feel like that as you come into part of the new year, and you're going, great, thanks very much. No, but actually you're on the bridge. You're just going along it, but it's what's crumbling behind you. So it's letting go of stuff you no longer need, which aren't going to serve you purpose anymore. And as soon as you get to the end of this bridge, it's a new territory, it's a new beginning. And you're in a 5-year next year. And this is awesome, because that then becomes something very dynamic. It's going to be about travel. It's going to be about engagement, going all over the place and being very exciting. But it's more to do with next year. And that's what I see with those numbers there. You're in a 1-3, so it'll be a 1-4-5 next year, and that'll be amazing. I think you'll have a terrific time. And but you'll feel more secure within. You'll be going, I know exactly what I want and exactly what I don't want. But you've been a very powerful time. That's what I see there. So, what would you like to say to Nabila?
Yes, Nabila, as you said, is lots of energy there to very entrepreneurial, very active in that sense. But it's important because there's a Sun Saturn duetto. So she's a Sun in Aquarius. Aquarius is supposed to be a very free sign, but actually it's not that free, because you have to remember that the Aquarius ruler, Saturn rule is the original, is the ruler of Aquarius, and Saturn rules Capricorn. Saturn is a very like limiting and contracting kind of energy planet. So it means that the advantage of the Saturn is consciousness. So, and it's also Mercury is also in Aquarius, and with the moon in Sag, which kind of signals that you can have you've had a bit of an impulsive way of speaking, just like speaking your mind, maybe too much. And on the one hand, it's good that you speak your mind because you have a North Node in Aries. But on the other hand, it could be a bit too reactive. So it's important to have developed the consciousness of being like more sure of what you say and not so spontaneous. Your moon is in Sag, so moon in Sag just wants to be right, and that's it. So it's like tempering of all those energies, so you can really speak your mind. You have a yacht also, which is not that frequent, and this is two people with a yacht in a row. And there's Pluto in Virgo conjunct Uranus in the apex. So Pluto in Virgo likes to transform connection with the body, likes to transform techniques, or likes to transform service. And the way to do it is with Mars and the North Node in Aries, which is in the yacht. So it's really about speaking your novel ideas, or communicating your novel ideas that are not impulsive, but are very well thought through, and being able to transform Virgo techniques, body, work situations. Virgo has to do with all these things. Okay.
Interesting with that there. Interesting with that. I think there's, and how you're putting that across there. Because I really felt with her energy there, there's this terrific ability to get right to the top. And it's never a straight road. It's never a straight road with the Beeler's energy, the way I pick it up through numbers here as well, because it's always got to be like there, but eventually it's right to the top.
Yeah.
I do understand about the planning part. I do understand about getting it right in that part there. And I think that's great. Great to be patient. Actually, just guys, I know the Beeler. No, she isn't. So that's fascinating. That's brilliant. And right, okay. I'm good at being. That's great. I'm going to be patient. Okay, right. So let's have a look here. So the cards here relating to your job, my dear. Let's have a look. Let's go for the right ones on these and see what comes up. There we go. Right. Let's have a little look here. So the card's a bit sticky, this one. Right. Okay. There's you're going to get news, all right. You're going to you're going to find yourself in a very, very, very strong position, a very dynamic position, the job here, which is going to be a big job. It's going to put loads of responsibility. It puts a lot of class around it. You'll love it for yourself. You'll love it. Your career will just go through the roof next year. It's next year. I picked this up as next year rather than this year. You're letting go of someone, though. You're letting go of someone. Yes, and you'll be on your way.
Yes, remember, this is all about the energies now are all about letting go of old ways of relating.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's a big part there.
It's integration of relationship wounds, letting go of old ways of relating to others, and bridging differences to be able to connect with, from accepting the other person's particularities or singularities.
Yes.
So letting go might not mean that you physically let go of somebody, but it does mean that internally it has to feel like a finish, like an end, like a letting go.
letting go.
because
Yeah, I understand that.
it's real.
Yeah.
It's what we let go always is the way we relate to somebody else. We
Mm.
don't let go of the other person. We let go of the way we relate to that person. The thing is, normally, most of the time, when we let go of a way we relate to others, that comes attached with a human being that men quite often does not afterwards resonate again with us. In other occasions, it does. So
I love that
that's what.
philosophy. That's a great way of putting it. I do enjoy that. Do enjoy that way there. I think that's a lovely way of putting it. And okay, there's let's go and do this, and we'll be back in a second. Okay, you got a drinking problem. God, you're right there in the act. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. That is just too funny. Too funny. As we step up, we go more through December. We start to come closer towards Christmas time. The energies we've gone through this year have been particularly challenging and particularly awkward for a lot of people. Do you think as we get towards the end of the year that there's, I know Christmas time is time of families coming together. It's not always easy for people. Do you think this particular Christmas astrologically is going to be a little bit easier, do you think?
Comparing to other Christmases,
Yeah,
yes.
that's what I think as
Because
well.
because normally people tend to, okay, we have to get together with everybody in Christmas. At least I don't know, in Spain it's like that. It's like everybody together. And like now people are complaining, oh, I'm not gonna be able to be with my family. But inside they're gonna say, thank God. These
Damn.
huge
Yeah.
reunions to gobble down like tons of food that nobody can digest, which makes people ill and get fat, and then make weird New Year's resolutions that they never fulfill. It's like, please,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
we're
It's
not
not
going to do
particularly.
that. And then you go, oh, this is so cool. We can actually just Zoom everybody with everybody and say hi, and then have a nice quiet get together with very few people, and it's very nice.
And you can
And
go
if we
back.
don't have grandchildren or children around us, then we're not going to even bother. What for?
And you could watch films like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang again, or you could watch The Sound of Music again.
Yes, but now it's different. Now it's different because before you had to see it only when it came up, which was in Christmas time.
That's
But
right.
now with Netflix and Google Prime and Amazon Prime and all that stuff, we can see whatever we want. We don't have to see it in December.
But why change the habit of lifetime? And you could also put on Live Actually again as well for the 30.
Well, why see exactly? Why see the same movie over and over again? Like, okay, yeah, I know it's a reflection of what's going on in our mind, but seriously, if in 2020 you haven't realized that this is the big problem that we have, that
Yep.
we've been just repeating the past all the time. So anybody, like any of you who are thinking of seeing for the umpteenth time the same movie now in Christmas because it's a tradition, go check it out, because if you're like that still after all we've been through in 2020, you're going to have a problem next year.
Now there is one exception. One exception on this. It's the replays of these shows. You can watch these as many times as you like. That you will not have a problem. In fact, you'll get more insightful. You'll.
Not even that. Not even that.
Oh,
No,
come
no,
on now! Come on now! Play.
no. Seriously, look, Phil. Seriously, I do sessions. I'm a psychologist as well as astrologist and coach, but I don't see people more than once. I refuse. I refuse to do that. If anybody wants to reschedule a second time, they can do that. But I tell them just feel it, go through all the material from the session, just do all the work, do whatever you want. And whenever you want, I'm there. Just, send me a message and we can book again. And normally people don't book again until like quite a few months afterwards.
That's
The
actually
thing
good.
is,
Yeah.
because what the traditional way of doing therapy is like, okay, we see each other every single week, and me, the therapist, is the one who's telling you, the client. They're not called clients, they're called patients. I don't like calling them patients
No, I
because it's
mean,
like you're going to be patient to be with me and to endure what I'm telling you. No. So normally, like, we are the therapists are setting the appointments, and it's your life. Why am I setting the appointments and the rhythm for your life? What I teach the opposite. It's your life, it's your rhythm. You got to figure out what that rhythm is.
yep, I
Because
agree. Yep.
if not, you're creating codependency. Yeah, and for what? For my security. So I know that you're going to be here every week, and I'm going to have a fixed clientele. Well, no, thank you. I can't work that way.
Okay. Well, okay, fine, brilliant. We are here having a session with
But this is an example
with
of different ways of relating.
yes, and I agree with you. And I think here that if I was to talk about clients coming to see me, especially for therapy, a one session with me for them, they need more because they need to get their strength back up. There's a discussion that goes on. They talk, I listen, I pick up on the points that they're saying. I pick up and how to reframe ways of thinking, saying, oh, let's just pick up on that bit or that emotion. What is that? Let's explore that. What does this mean? How does this feel for you? What could you do to change this? How would it feel if you were to do X, Y, Z instead of A, B, C? So it's interesting. For some people, they need to go away, think about it, think, I've had a lot of thoughts. I want to come back again and talk about it. And for them, it's like a stairway. It's going up until they reach the top. We're going, but they needed those sessions there to go through.
Yes,
so it's interesting how
still,
you've got your way and I got my way.
Yes, but Phil, I'm not trying to put anything down.
No, not at all.
Normally, what I do is what happens in the future.
Yes.
I believe we're going towards a more independent way of doing things because, for example, the way I do therapies with myself, like when I do normally physical therapies, I choose. I don't go to one therapist. I go to many, but I choose each day or each week that I need help. I choose the therapist I go to, and I go. I think this week, I think I'll go to this person because they're going to help me better. Or next week, I'm going to go to the other person.
Okay.
So I'm choosing the help I'm going to receive because I'm sovereign. So I think we're going towards that. I'm not trying to, I know most people book regular sessions and that's the norm, but I'm trying to like frame what it would be like to relate to each other at every single level differently than what we've been doing until now.
I agree with you. And every time, and I think it is that relation that you don't stick on the same level and don't stick there, that you do have to change. It's very interesting. I love these conversations. They go on and on and on. Anyway, Venetia's down the road. She's gone for colour purple. Jobs in general, please. And purple is interesting. It's we've got Venus in Scorpio at the moment, and this purple colour that you're resonating coming through at the moment really makes me feel a lot of sensitivity around you at the present time, and that there is to work very much on the positive with you at the moment. There's a lot of energy around you at the moment, but my big thing here is to work with you is to say here, let's focus on the positive. As I looked at your numbers there and working with you, you're a 3-0 numerology. The 3 is a great way of thinking. Great thinking, and in fact, thinking is a big word with yours. I think here that we can do a lot of it, do a lot of talking. But the big part here is also the zeroness, because it's a karmic 0, and it's what you want to put into your life. Now, one of the things I would say here, just by looking at your numbers here, is to really focus on keeping positive. Focus on positive, not the old negatives, not the things that are going to bring you down, or I'm not good enough, will I be all right for this, will I be all right for that. This is about saying, no, I'm going forwards in my life. I'm going forwards in my life, and I'm going to progress. And sometimes I'd actually say with you, because you've got a karmic 0 here, would you like to use this to attract opportunities to you? So in other words, you're incorporating very positive thinking to say, this is what I'd like to do, and I like to focus on that. We'd like to vision board it, whether use law of attraction, use philosophies to bring opportunities towards you, keeping very positive. You could probably do it. The thing here is, I say with you, Venetia, is to be very, very precise and clear exactly what it is you want. Otherwise, we're bringing in all sorts of energies, and then we're sort of getting confused. This year is a 9-year. And with your 9 years about endings and beginnings, but it's also about philosophy, understanding your karma, understanding here that karma comes from many different lives. It also comes from many different points. And what it is we're going through this particular year to let go of old stuff, very much about the Scorpio element here, about letting go, before we actually embrace what's coming on in front of us, which is your three energy is very lively. You want to keep lively. You want to keep upbeat. You want to keep positive in that sense there. We're not good at being too serious. So hopefully that helps you there. Keep on a positive. That's what I would say. There you go. What would you like to say there for Venetia?
Venetia, Venetia or Veneta? Well, whatever, however you pronounce your name. Sorry if we got it wrong. So you're a Scorpio.
Yeah.
Sun in Scorpio, conjunct Neptune. There's that idealism again. You know, Neptune with Moon or Venus are very idealistic, but it's in Scorpio. And in Scorpio, one tends to totally forget oneself and feel the other person, and you lose your sense of self. Also, Venus is in Scorpio like it is right now. So we have all this Scorpio energy, which ties you up to all the old cellular memories, and you have a Mercury in Sag, and that's what we have now. We were saying at the beginning of the show how Mercury has just gone into Sag, and what does that beg for? Integration, bridging differences.
Yep.
Okay, and then there's a kite. There's a big aspect figure, and the kite is like a good thing because it helps you like soar through issues and problems. But then there's a T-square with Jupiter, Moon, and Lilith in Cancer.
Oh.
Lilith is very, very sensitive, very unnurtured as a baby. And so that Jupiter, Moon, Lilith can make you very desperate for being like very needy and very dependent on others. So it's really to really bring out the gifts you have as probably a counselor or a therapist, I would imagine. Those wounds help. But it is important that you heal those wounds in you, which is your inner baby's wounds. I do a lot of inner baby work, and basically it's realizing that your mother could have not fed you or taken care of you as one should have taken care of a baby, because she was with too many issues in her mind, and so she wasn't connected with herself, and she couldn't connect with you, and she couldn't connect your soul to your body. So the way of taking care of yourself is acknowledging these lacks. And actually, these lacks that you've had as a baby, you still have them now, which would be things like forgetting to drink, forgetting to eat, forgetting to breathe, forgetting to go to the loo, not knowing what your rhythms are. So if you learn to respect all these things, you can actually come in back to yourself, connect yourself, so then you're less needy. And so then your superpower is somebody that can read into people. It will get stronger, and you will be more grounded.
Absolutely love that. I'm actually looking at the tarot, and we're actually looking very much a similar energy here. It's sometimes having a go at yourself. It's like trying to make up decisions and looking at things from the black and white, the plus and the minus, the up and the down, and which way should I go? And it's having a battle. That has been creating you a lot of tension, a lot of worry, until you come down to the point of, aha, just learn. Just learn, just be with, emotionally nurture yourself to inspire this. But the underlying card here, which is if I call it like the karmic journey, is the High Priestess. Let's get in touch with your spiritual self. Get in touch with you. Realize that whatever level you've been thinking at is down here. Get up there. Get up there and just know that there's a higher power to you that can really relate to a more purposeful life, rather than getting dragged up in. And it's interesting to say about mother stuff, about other people's issues, especially mother stuff. But sometimes High Priestess also relates to mother as well, as much as the Empress does. But the High Priestess has got a motherly side to this. But so this is really generating that area out there. Good. Okay, guys, let's have a little look around. Let's go and see where else we're off to now. We are now going to go off to Sarah Kay. Sarah Kay, very good morning to you. Very, very good morning. And it's lovely out there in a minute. I love this energy at the moment, don't you? It's quite a nice buzzy energy. Are you guys out liking this energy out there? Do you like this energy?
But I like it because it's soft.
Okay, is a soft energy. That's nice when you hear it like that, isn't it?
Yes, but it's not
Yes,
sad for some people.
it is sad for some people. And some people are looking at Facebook this morning. A lot of people got a lot of difficulties that they're going through at the present time. And but it's just the process of change that we're going through before we come up to a better place. And okay, so Sarah, let's have a little look here. Now you've gone here to look at jobs. In fact, I'm just going to find the whole question here, which I just saw just up here, and there it is. Good. Pink, anything about work, please? Now, this is interesting because I like this. I like this a lot. In fact, look at your birth numbers here. We go to being a 369. 369, which is, it's almost a song about that, isn't it? 369, da, 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 da. Anyway, right. But this energy that you're going through at the present time is very much about how your karma is about learning to take things, work with things in your life, seeing them through to a purpose, and then it's like a transit. It's like you climb up a mountain and say, yes, this is the mountain I'm going to climb. But once you climbed it, you let it go. You come back down the other side and you move on until there's something else you're going to go and do. And this is a process of moving on that you're going through at the present time. And this year especially is about being in this energy of the 8. Now that's going to be enormous energy. And I feel for you here that this is about taking on your power. The 8s and 9s are very close numbers together, but this is about enhancing power. This is about enhancing here. So you're looking at jobs. You're looking about where you want to go, what you want to do in your life here. The interesting thing is, with your energy here, sometimes we have people out there who are very ambitious. They focus on things and off they go, and life works in that particular way. For you here, this is very guided here. As soon as you put your heart and mind into something, things happen.
You're a manifester.
Yes, manifester.
You're
Yes,
a manifester.
yes.
But
But
you have to believe that you are and not expect anybody else to back your visions, because then you won't be able to manifest. It's about acknowledging your power to manifest, but needing to let go of other people's approvals and opinions so you respect your vision.
how's that, guys? Interesting. That I think that's very strong. That's very strong here. And I think if we're looking at something like that, then we're in a very good place. Very good place there. Now, also look at here to say this personal year. The next year you're coming on to a 9 as well. So you're in your own energy. And when you're in your own energy, you could do amazing things. And for this here, is 9s. I always sometimes think of this. When you come back to your own energy, it's a life lesson that you come back round to. And what it is you've experienced, where you've come from and where you got to. So you may have been a 9 at a previous so many years ago, maybe 10 years ago, 20 years ago, but now you come back to it again. And this factor you come around to it again now means you've climbed somewhere, you've changed. But look back to what it was that you're a 9 energy. So if you go back 9 years, but basically about 9 years, you'll find that 9 again when you add up your birth, your day of birth, your month of birth, and your year. So if you go back to find a 9 and what it is you changed from then to what it is you're doing now, and you'll find great change, great purpose there. Regarding work, yes, I'd say there is going to be work in front of you, but it's not going to be. There's going to be, I think, 2 or 3 jobs that you're going to be offered, but you've got to go for the one which is bring something out of you, not what's necessarily easy, but something that's going to mean something to you. And I think that will come up very soon. So keep manifesting, keep doing. And right, your cards here this morning. Or you're going to be contemplating this and where you're going. Yes, you're going to be given options. You're going to be given options about where you want to go. Just whatever it is that you're going to do, make sure it's something that's going to bring out something from you rather than just doing any old thing. Yes, right. Okay, we come up to 5 to the hour. And basically, guys, I want to say a very big thank you for joining us on the show this morning. But before we go here, we're now coming into the final year of this year. We're coming up towards Christmas. It all goes into, it will get all festive, and it's a nice energy there. this year's been exceptionally different year to, I think, just about anybody who's lived. I know we've had the crashes of 2008, 2007, the difficulties that some people went through around 2012, but this is a year that's made a huge impact and change on people's lives. And
Because the thing is, Phil, the more aware and conscious we are of ourselves, the less dramatic the external circumstances are. Not to say they are not, but there has been more movement inside ourselves than outside ourselves in general. Like some people, yes, are suffering more external things like losses and so forth. But most of us, it's big internal shifts.
okay,
So the more conscious and aware we are, the more internal the turmoil is. We already saw it with the 2008 crash. It wasn't as bad as the one in what was in the 1930s.
that's right. Yes.
That created a lot more upheaval and it lasted longer, more damage. I mean, the 2008 energies could have been a war, and it wasn't. It could have been a third world war perfectly with those energies, but it wasn't because we were already more internal and more virtualized. So everything happened at a more psychological, emotional level, energetic level, or virtual level, and not so much at a physical, manifesting physical level. So we're going in to feel more, manifest less, to finally find sovereignty and individuality to create what we want and not what we don't want from. So we're going to create from love and not fear, from integration and not division.
I think that's a lovely thing. I think what people have, I think some of the challenges people have had this year is to be able to um, find themselves, because a lot of times here we're responding to outside agenda rather than inside agenda, and focusing on ourselves. But I think this year, I agree with you. It's when you focus on yourself, everything outside becomes less dramatic. And I think that's one thing personally I found this year by doing this type of work, and also working with people on a show like this, is how much it is, what a transformation it's made. But also, I think it's people's stories as well that's brought out this year of their change, which has helped everybody else who watches the shows, and how we've watched and experienced this, that the people who time again come back on the shows, but now their lives are changing and getting better and getting stronger, I think is amazing. It's beautiful. And but it is, I agree with you, it really is about that getting into ourselves and taking our own sovereignty, and everything else that goes on out there is just life. But it's clouds.
Yeah.
It's clouds. It comes and they go. Yeah.
Yep. People are scared sometimes to look inward because they think they're going to find something strange, but there's nothing strange or weird when you look inward. It's like, it's just you. And they think they're going to lose control, and it's the whole opposite.
Yes.
So you're more in grip of everything.
Yeah, I think so too. I agree with you. The producer Deborah, she says here, please post a comment in a Cafe Clairvoyance group to enter into the prize draw. The prize draw is going to be a one-to-one reading, where I contact you on Zoom or something like that, and we do a one-to-one reading. How's that? Can't get nicer than that. Good. Okay, on Friday, I'm joined by the wonderful Tess Sandbrook of Truly Intuitive, and we'll be doing a spiritual show then. Look forward to doing that. In the meantime, guys, have a fabulous day wherever you are. Yes, thank you to Deborah too. She says thank you, Phil and Guiomar. We also say thank you, Deborah. And you guys out there, have a terrific day. Thank you for joining us, guys. And also, guys, if you had a reading, don't forget, write in what the experience was of your reading, which is on the show, and then you're entered into the prize draw. If you don't write in, you're not into the prize draw. Guiomar, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, everybody.
Have a lovely, 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 lovely day. And yes, chat to you very soon. Okay.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.